This is my review of Chapter 3 of the Bleach manga. Another one of those little corner pages where Marihime's like waiting on Ichigo. And she's got a book, I think. And then we have like the first page where like she has a shopping bag in her arms and stuff, and there's a car coming at her. And then we get the cover, and the cover is like Ichigo wearing like this punk outfit. He looks really cool. Of course, the clothes and stuff are all dynamic and stuff and interesting to look at because Kubo, as I said before, is really good at character designs. And we open on Rukia reading a book, and Ichigo tells her to stop saying weird stuff, and she basically says, I'm practicing speaking her dialect. And Ichigo just kind of says, that's not how anybody talks, just stop it. Meanwhile, he's training hitting these baseballs or something from like a baseball launcher. They're in a park or a baseball field or something, and he's training hitting them, basically practicing swinging, which I appreciate. Because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's someone just like picking up a sword for the first time and knowing how to use it and stuff like that. I can't stand shit like that. So seeing any amount of training is something I enjoy. Rukia kind of asks, well, he says he's done hitting the pepper balls or something. And Rukia tells him he wasn't supposed to hit the pepper balls, and basically just asked him, did you just hit all of them? And he said, yeah, of course I hit all of them. And she said that he's only supposed to hit I think the faces, and then there's hands, or the other way around. Which I guess is like practicing determining an enemy from an ally, I don't know. But he basically berates her for drawing her hands and heads looking the exact same. And then we have Orihime kind of singing a song as she's walking down the street. And I think she notices them and starts coming toward them. And then Rukia tells Ichigo that he needs to be quicker about killing hollows, that he needs to get behind them and strike them down as quickly as possible, but Ichigo says that he'd rather have a fair fight up in front, face to face and stuff. She kind of, I think, says, leave that Bushido stuff in the past or something. Or no, she says, save that Bushido stuff for fighting other humans, because this is about fighting hollows. Something to that effect. And then Orihime comes up behind Ichigo and scares him. And Rukia she talks to him for a second, sees Rukia and says hi to Rukia, and then she asks who the hell she is, and Ichigo kind of says, hey, you already met her, she's in our class. And so she introduces herself to Orihime, and Orihime introduces herself to Rukia properly. And then Ichigo notices there's a bandage on her arm. And he asks her about it, and she says that she was run over by a car. And he kind of freaks out, like, how the hell do you get run over by a car? And she just kind of brushes it off. Then Rukia notices there's a big bruise on her leg, and she kind of inspects the bruise and stuff. And she kind of, Orihime thinks it's strange that Rukia is studying it so hard, and kind of asks her about it. And Rukia basically just tells her that it's nothing, she's just thought it looked bad. And then she just kind of talks about the food she has. She ends up saying, oh, look at the time, I gotta go. And Ichigo kind of asks if she wants him to walk her home. She says, no, it's fine. She runs off. And Ichigo just thinks to himself that he's worried about her. And then Orihime kind of wishes Ichigo would have pushed more to walk her home. Rukia ends up asking Ichigo about Orihime. If there's been any members of the family or anyone close to her that has died, and Ichigo reveals that she had a brother who died in their care, like they got hit by a car or something, and she drug him to their clinic, but because they're just like a health clinic, they couldn't really do anything, so they just tried to take care of him until an ambulance arrived, but he died on the way to the hospital. I think they're a pharmacy. I don't know. It's like a minor health care place. It's not a hospital. And then Ichigo and Rukia leave the park or field or wherever they are. And Ichigo asks Rukia where she's going, and she just says, I'm going home, and he asks her where her home is, and she kind of teases him, so he just says, oh, forget about it, and he walks away. Ichigo gets home, and Yuzu's at his door, saying that she's missing a dress, and she's missing her pajamas, is wondering if he knows where they are, and he comes up the stairs behind her, and she kind of gets angry, like, saying that she wanted to take a bath with him and stuff, like when they were kids, and he kind of just says, I'm not going to do that with you, I'm too old, and stuff, and she just says that he's being mean ever since he got older. And then we cut to Rukia, and there's a beeping, and she looks at her phone and kind of freaks out, and then we see Ichigo, and he hears a beeping in his room, and he's kind of questioning where it's coming from, and then it stops, and then his closet opens up, and Rukia's in his closet wearing Yuzu's clothes, and warns him that a hollow's coming, and he asks where it's coming from, and she tells him that it's attacking him here and right now, and she hits him with the glove, and then it comes out of his body, and then a big claw comes out from under his bed, and the hollow crawls out onto his bed, and prepares to attack, but Ichigo slashes it across the face. But exactly what Rukia told him would happen is that he doesn't slash it deep enough, because he's attacking it from the front, and obviously he still needs to practice his swings more. He like slashes it down, but it doesn't go into the mask, it just goes across it. And then it retreats back into Wakamundo, I guess. That's the interesting thing is between the anime and manga. In the manga, we haven't seen Wakamundo, and I don't know when we do. But the hollow just disappears as far as we're concerned at this point. And then Ichigo goes to run out of his room and go pursuing it, and then Rukia stops Ichigo and tells him that the hollow is Orihime's brother. And I thought that's a very out of the blue reveal for Rukia to say that. It's not impossible that she would put that together. It's not impossible to suggest that she could figure it out, but this was a very brief interaction, and this is just a matter of fact, like, here's where the story's going from Kubo. It's very odd. Very, very, very odd. And Ichigo's just kind of like, what do you mean it's her brother? And Rukia goes back to the things she said before, like, this is why I told you to always attack them from behind. It's not only because it's a quick and easy way to kill them without getting injured, it's also so you don't know who they were before you kill them. She kind of berates Ichigo, saying, of course, hollows were once alive, because she already explained, like, she already explained the whole hollow and whole thing. And so naturally, it makes sense to say that. It makes sense that hollows are also the other side of the spirits, basically. You can become a good spirit or an evil spirit. And basically, the whole thing is if you know the person before they became a hollow, you might hesitate to kill them. I need to see, I think my autocorrect fucked me over, so I'm loading the thing real quick to see what the hell is supposed to be said here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm looking at it now. We cut back to Tatsuki and Orihime. We see a bear that's on a shelf next to her with a flower next to it. We get a closer look at the bear, and then we zoom into the bear really far, and we see its face rip. And that's where we leave off. Like I said, the revelation that the Hollow is Orihime's brother comes out of nowhere. And I said Rukia might be able to put that together, but as an audience member, like, if this was the first time going through it, you wouldn't really be given any reason to know that. You might think the Hollow is going to attack Rukia, but you would, or Orihime, I mean, but you would have no indication that it was her brother. Not really. That's a very out of the blue revelation. And something that I think the anime handled better here. But that's my review of this chapter. Once again, not really a fight. Fights are my big thing, so I don't really have a lot to add to that. But I did appreciate Ichigo being shown training.